California. Mr. Honda for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning.
Good morning.
I rise today to urge the President and this Congress to listen to the American people when negotiating a budget agreement. As much as the politicians argue, they don't seem to hear the good sense of the American people. The many closed-door meetings in Washington to decide on America's future are filled instead with esoteric and magical formulas purporting to close the deficit. One group wants budget caps, another wants trigger clauses, a third wants simplistic rules. None of these will work. These are gimmicks, not governing. Governing is about making choices, setting priorities, and following through. Governing is also about ensuring that the interests and values of American people are at the negotiating table. Not any new deal will benefit only the rich and powerful, or simply postpone any real decisions until after 2012. Either way, America will lose. A budget deal needs to be publicly debated and needs to reflect the true values and views of the American people. One group in Congress gets this. The Congressional Progressive Caucus has heard the message of the American people who want to cut the deficit without cutting into America's future, without destroying America's sense of fairness. Ask the public what they want and they will tell you. Let us defend our health programs for the elderly and the poor, Medicare and Medicaid. Let us hold to our intergenerational promise of Social Security. Let us invest in education, research and development, and fix our crumbling infrastructure. Let us bring our men and women home from Iraq and Afghanistan and save at least $150 billion a year, not to mention the lives saved as well. Let us rebuild America. Any budget agreement must not hurt the economy. America is making economic progress, but many families are still struggling, and we must do more to create jobs. Any budget agreement must raise revenue. Americans know it. It would be irresponsible, unwise, and unfair to reduce the deficit and debt while leaving tax breaks for big corporations and millionaires in place. A fair budget will not emerge from behind closed doors. We need an open budget process, one that keeps the interests and the broad majority of American people front and center. The Congressional Progressive Caucus wants to bring the people's budget to the forefront of publicly held negotiations, as well as a budget plan that would truly put the American dream back within the reach for the